magistrates, grade 1. In the past, the judiciary used to receive 12. If they were fortunate to reach 15, now we have recruited 91, and we've already begun on the process of deploying magistrates in places where people had never seen a magistrate. Your Excellency, I am inundated with claims. Local governments are now writing to me that we want magistrates. Various districts. I can give you an example of Atanga, Lachiakushot, midway between Gulu and Kitgum, across Aswa River. They laid a very good example. They wrote to me 2 years ago and said, we are putting at the disposal of the judiciary our administrative block. Will move away to other premises. We want a justice center here. They followed it up. I'm glad to report last year we were able to deploy a magistrate grade 1 in Atanga, where there is a building replete, their council hall we use as a court hall. The chairman's office has become the chief magistrate's chamber. The entire building is to be taken over by the judiciary. That says a lot about the cry for people to be accorded access to justice. But now we are going to recruit a number of judicial officers. Your Excellency, when this, for those that have to come to you, we plead with you that despite your busy schedules, find time to consider them and make the necessary appointments. There is work to do, and we need these personnel. 3 Supreme Court justices, 16 for the High Court, and then registrars, and the other ones are for the judicial service alone. Now, the judiciary is reforming certain laws, certain rules. The Judicature Court Fields rules, this is work in progress. It's reached the final lap. The Judicature Court Bailiffs rules, the Judicature Amici Curiae rules, the Judicature Legal Representation at the expense of the state rules, the Constitution Sentencing Guidelines for the High Court Practice Directions, the Constitution Bail Guidelines for Court of Judicature Practice Direction. Let me talk about the last one. The Constitution Bail Guidelines for Court of Judicature Practice Direction 2022 seeks to put in one place guidelines informed by the law as it is on bail from the Constitution, Trial on Indictment Act, Magistrate Courts Act, and then decided cases, decisions of the courts of judicature, the Supreme Court, Court of Appeal, and some High Court decisions. It seeks to put it together so that the judicial officer before whom a bail application comes does not act on his or her whims, but is guided by the rules pertaining to the exercise of discretion, with responsibility and in accordance with the law, taking care of interests of all the parties, the accused person himself or herself, the victims, and the public, so that when a decision is made, it should only be wrong, but it should not be unreasonable. One can make a wrong decision, that is permissible in our trade, but it should not be unreasonable when unreasonableness can be avoided. So this is work in progress. We should be able to come up, and I will launch this when it is completed. As I said, the number of judicial officers is still small. And because of that, thank you. I had promised to do it in 10 minutes. I have exceeded by 1 minute now. Mea culpa. We had agreed with the chief registrar that she would wink when I go beyond now, she is. Now, Your Excellency, let me talk about what both the learned Attorney General and the Honorable Minister said. We have begun to do very well, courtesy of your intervention as the judiciary. You've given us a vehicle with everything, but you've given us fuel which will stop in Bale, and yet our journey is up to Moroto. What do I mean? The Directorate of Public Prosecution, which is the center, the nerve center for prosecution of cases for the administration of criminal justice, is operating at 37% capacity. When you hear that in criminal cases there is delay, for which always the courts of judicature are blamed, it is because people do not understand how criminal justice exercise works. The judiciary is at the tail end.
One 107.3 Kampala, 96.9 Mbale, 95.7 Jinja, 98.6 Soroti. You are all covered.
UBC Mutego.
Yikwa dola wini kune. Arasonga muriyo. Atekeri na itesa ibija sesi.
UBC Mutego. This weekend on UBC.
Customer service is the cornerstone of a great restaurant experience. But what does that mean exactly?
Some of the stuff you are supposed to be with, like as a waiter,
Right.
you have to be having what we call the big five.
The big five?
The big five, yeah.
Interesting.
We have this. This is a pen, as you can see. This is a notebook. Okay, like this napkin, when a client takes a seat, after placing the order, you can simply pull it off from the table like this.
Oh.
So now, after pulling it off from the table, you shake it like this. It becomes loose.
Okay.
So you just do like this. You don't overstay there, because there are some clients who are nervous when you're doing that, most especially when you're like the opposite sex.
Right.
So you have to keep on reading what is happening.
Right.
So that's where the napkin is supposed to be placed.
Okay.
Right.
I see some people putting it here.
So
Is
like,
that also allowed?
like if you feel that you're going to pour food, maybe like on your chest,
Right.
I think you can do that.
Oh.
But the other side is the
This is better.
best way.
Oh.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
That's taken.
The Big Kitchen.
Tarehe Sita is a Swahili word to mean the sixth day, which in this context, the 6th day of February 1981, when the struggle to liberate our motherland Uganda began with an attack on Kabamba military barracks. The 41st Tarehe Sita anniversary under the theme Retracing the people's struggle for peace and security for a modern Uganda, will take place in Mbale. Make it a date to watch the live broadcast this Sunday, 6th February 2022 on UBC and Star TV. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Tonight on UBC.
The midterm access excitement is too much. How prepared is NSSF practically to put it into effect?
So we've arranged to have 250 billion shillings for the next 4 months to be able to pay all our members.
Having invested the money, will you manage to pay the 100,000 that will be growing? Because every day there is somebody that clocks 45 years.
There will be no need for us to sell any of our assets in order to raise that.
People look at you as an entity that is too expensive in your operations. What do you think? Aren't you going to make adjustments in those areas?
Actually, that's not true.
Tonight on UBC.
buli munya-uganda nayitinga amakuru marungi. UBC West erina amakuru marungi kandi agali kwesigwa. Leero za program zaayo ziri omulunya kitara hamwe n'olufumbira. UBC West eine tekinologiya ey'omulembe eri kugibaasisa kuhika omu bicweka byona omu ihanga nangu n'aheeru y'eihanga. Tukwatire aha frequencies zetu: Kisoro 97.7 Fama, Kabale 93.7 Fama, Hoima 99.1 Fama, Kampala 105.7 Fama, Mbarara 97.4 Fama, Footpoto 98.8 Fama, Masindi 5 Fama. Kurikiriza UBC West ohulire embaganiza. UBC West empika huna.
Most people never notice that all them want and need.
This
one's country.
I say no to corruption because I put my country first. I choose peace over violence because I put my country first.
I love Uganda. I serve Uganda. I sacrifice for Uganda. I'm loyal to Uganda. I love myself.
Be patriotic. Uganda first. This message is brought to you by the National Secretariat for Patriotism Co Uganda, Office of the President.
Praise the Lord so much.
This Sunday, we are coming on UBC with the good news of the gospel. Don't miss our program from 6:30 to 7 p.m. every Sunday on UBC, the national broadcaster, inspiring Uganda with the gospel of the good news of Jesus Christ. I'm talking about the Word of God and the potential that is in the Word of God. I'll pray for the sick, I'll show you a powerful testimony, and God is going to do us
Man, what's a weekend without entertainment? To be boring, right?
It would be a weekend without a vibe. There has to be a vibe. And what better vibe than
Horizon Vibe?
Hey, let's go!
What will lawyers do? Collecting Mvujo and Busulu, is that enough? So, as the judiciary of Uganda, which I am privileged to head, it won't be business as usual for those who think, whatever their state of mind is, that they can deride, they can attack individual judges. You attack one judge, you've attacked all of us. So unless the Ugandan Law Society, unless the learned Attorney General takes action and stops this nonsense, when we act, it will be drastic, it will be severe. Your Excellency, we look forward to a progressive realization of our revolutionary agenda and providing timely and meaningful justice that fulfills the aspiration of our people. We will act as one when, as you have... Okay. Yeah. We proceed from the appreciation that the judiciary is a critical factor in our quest to achieve socioeconomic stability, development, and harmony in our country. I appreciate our partners with the partnership. It is now my singular honor to officially launch the new law year 2022 for God and my country. Thank you. Your Excellency, it is also my other honor to invite you to speak to the people of Uganda through the judiciary. Thank you, Your Excellency.
His Lordship, the Chief Justice, His Lordship, the Deputy Chief Justice, the Honorable Minister of Justice, Attorney General, all the judges of their Lordships of the Supreme Court, other judges, lawyers, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to use this occasion to congratulate the judiciary on the beginning of the new year. It is a pity that I am rushing because there is a virtual conference where Uganda is presenting what they call the African peer review mechanism. And the conference has already started, but I was trying to catch Uganda's slot, which is at 1 o'clock. I want to thank the judiciary for the great work they have done all these years, in spite of many problems they had to deal with. We were here the other year, remembering His Lordship Benedicto Chwanuka, who was killed here in this very court. When I was at university, I was with those young lawyers who were with us, and some of them died. For instance, I remember one lawyer called Bamturachi. Bamturachi, he was 2 years or 1 year ahead of me. I heard he had been killed. There was also a girl they called Cheyune. I think she got married to lawyer Katende. That Cheyune was killed when we were in somewhere else. So I want to salute the lawyers who sat it out here in Uganda, either in